for building good habits, new habits, and the magic of routines. Great. First up, I would like to hear from you people. What have you learned in the last 2 days? One thing that you carry from last two sessions. I want to hear from at least three of you. Who's up? I want to know one thing you learned from the two sessions that happened in the last 2 days. If you are joining today for the first time, don't worry. I am going to give you a brief recap of what has happened the last 2 days. But those who have attended at least one of the sessions, I want to hear from them. What is something you have learned?
So let me start by. So basically, I learned one
Great.
point. I came out of my misconception that it's like very hard to build good habits. After hearing the last two sessions, I got a like good. I mean, my perspective is changed actually.
Okay, that's good to know. Anyone else? Kayur, Kshitij, Rajeshri, Gayatri, you people have been there the last two sessions.
Yeah, hi Bhaiya.
Hey, Kayur.
Uh, uh, what I was able to grasp is it is necessary to keep a record of what we have done throughout the past year to not make
Mm-hmm.
the same mistakes this year also, and also to pay attention to things like what to remove from life and what to add. Uh, yeah, that's it, and how to remove the bad habits. That's what we I think went over yesterday.
Great, that's good. Who's up next?
Hello, Bhaiya.
Rajeshri?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Yes, Bhaiya. So, day before yesterday, what I learned was before doing anything, we should be clear about what we should do. Only then we
Mm,
can think of how to do it. So, day before yesterday,
great.
we did this life audit and we gave rating about the various empires of life of where we are right now and where we want to reach in 1 year.
Reach.
And we did a life debit of what three things what we need to remove and life credit about three things what we need to add to achieve that rating and life accredit about three things we are grateful for in our life. So that thing I learned day before yesterday. And yesterday one interesting thing that I learned was the analogy between our five senses and the five horses, the mind and the
Great.
reins, and the
Yeah,
intellect and the
charity.
charioteer. Yeah, and the soul is the person who is actually sitting in that uh,
Yeah,
cart.
the observer, the
Yes, yes,
passenger.
yes, Baya. But what I found very difficult was starving the senses is very difficult.
Yeah,
uh,
it is difficult
yes,
in
Baya.
this age of yeah, in this age of advancement and uh, what do you say? In this age of fast track information, it's difficult to starve your senses. But
Yes,
surely you
Baya.
can figure out those triggers and try to avoid those triggers and replace them with something else.
Yes, Baya.
Great. Gayatri says concentrating on one empire at a time is a great idea. Yeah, it is. Often what happens is we take all of it in the same plate and we get confused where to begin with and where to end, and we end up not even starting off. It's important that you focus on one empire at a time, one habit at a time. Anyone else would like to add anything from what they have learned in the last two sessions?
Hello,
Miss Shreya
hello,
is
Via.
here. Yeah, Kshitij.
Uh, in the last session, like apart from all the lessons, I liked the emphasis that you put on writing the five benefits of replacing a habit. And from that, I realized because I think of changing a lot of habits, but I do not write it. So the
Hmm.
emphasis that you gave from that, I started writing things. So I tried it once and will continue it, and I feel that will help me more.
Exactly. Writing helps a lot. Writing is, a magical therapy. You can say it that way. Writing, while writing, even more than typing, while writing, you engage your sense of touch. This actually, and it is engaged more than typing. This actually helps you, reflect while you write. Reflect while you write, and this gets imprinted in your mind while you write. Whereas while typing, it doesn't have the same effect. Writing pen and paper is the best thing. The second best thing would be typing in. Anyone else would like to add any points they have learned? Shivani, Shreya, any others who have joined? Yeah,
Yeah, good evening, sir.
who's speaking? Yeah,
Shreya.
good evening.
Yeah, I really
Yeah,
like the
Shreya.
fact that when you told about focusing on one thing at a time, actually, I do have many long-term goals which cannot be accomplished in a short span of time, like a month or two. But focusing on one
Exactly.
thing at a time actually gives a direction to work in and reduces a lot of clutter. So I really like that when I
Yeah,
thought about it. And also the
perfect.
importance of gratitude that we tend to overlook many a times. At least I did. I learned about that as well.
Great.
Thank you so
In
much.
today's session, you will also find more about goal setting uh, as we learn the four-tier framework for building habits. I hope that will add up to your understanding as well. With that, let's dive into this session. If no one else is up to share anything, anyone else want to share something they have learned? I see that Balaji
Yes,
has joined. Yeah, Rajeshri, would you like to share something?
yes, Vaya. So about
Yeah.
gratitude, one thing I would like to add is you explained that gratitude is not just recognizing, it's about
Hmm.
recognizing, remembering, and reciprocating. So
Yeah.
that is something new that I learned.
Great. Okay. So now to start with a question, how many of you are up for a meditation today, or should we skip it? Great. If you are up for the meditation, raise your virtual hand. Great, great, great. That's what I want to see from all of you. And of course, I am game for meditation. Let me share my screen with sound. I want you all to settle down in a comfortable posture in an erect position. In your own pace, at your own time, slowly and calmly lower your gaze and close your eyes. Calmly and gently become aware of your natural breathing pattern and find a space of calm, balance, ease, stillness, and peace. There is no rush. This is your time. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. As you exhale, imagine and manifest. Visualize that your body is expelling all the anxieties, all the fears, all the tensions, all the negativity, all the regret, all the toxic thoughts that you may be burdened with. As you exhale, visualize getting rid of all that which is burdening you. As you inhale, visualize taking in all the positivity, all the bright thoughts and vibrations that are around you. Inhale balance, peace, and calm. Mute button, sir. Mute it. उसका सिनेमा के 8:30 की 6:30 का
Bhaiya, you are not audible.
slowly and gently lower your head onto your right shoulder as you inhale. Exhale and bring back your head to its original position. Inhale and lower onto your left shoulder. Exhale and back to straight. On a count of four, inhale on a count of four and exhale within a count of one. Repeat this for 4 breaths. Your lungs should make the sound of an engine as you exhale. Once you are done, slowly and gently rub your palms and warm your eyes and open your eyes in your own time at your own pace. How was that? How did it go for all of you? Let me know how it went to you in the chat box as we dive into today's session, which is on building good habits. Great to know. It's relaxing. It's relaxing. Great. It's relaxing. Now, if you are ready to learn this 4 tier framework for building good habits, type in goal, GOAL, goal. Great. Great. Shreya is ready. Kshitij is ready. Great. Balaji says it's super soulful, relaxing. Neeraj is ready. Rishabh is ready. Kayur is ready. Great. With all this energy, let's dive into today's session. Right. More often than not, what happens with all of us is that the leader of our goals or the leader of our good habits that we want to develop, it doesn't have all the steps. We begin with the lowest step and the topmost step and nothing in between. Imagine a ladder which only has the bottom step and the topmost step, and it's not a small ladder. Imagine it's a long ladder, uh, about 12 feet or so. Let's take 10 feet. Let Imagine a 10 feet ladder with the bottommost rung and the topmost rung. Can someone tell me what's going to happen if you try climbing it? What would you do? You have to climb the ladder, but it just has the bottommost rung where you are and the topmost rung where you need to be, where you want to be. What would you do? Come on, guys. There are no right and wrong answers. Please go ahead with whatever you think you would do. Anyone? Kshitij?
Yeah, can you repeat the question? It is still unclear.
Oh, is it? You have a ladder with the bottommost rung where you are and the topmost rung where you want to be. How would you, what would you do to climb the ladder? What would happen if you try to climb the ladder? I see there is build the steps one by one. Great. Will not able to do so. Yes, that is what gonna happen. Am I clearly audible? I'm getting a bad network quality warning. In that case, I'll have to turn off my video. Okay. Just let me know if my audio isn't clear. Great. Right. That is what is gonna happen. First, one thing would be that you may give up. You may give up thinking that this is not gonna happen. The other thing would be if you are a little more stubborn, what would happen is you will try to reach to that topmost rung, try to jump, try to hang on, or you may try to pull yourself up to that rung. But after getting exhausted, you're gonna give up. You're gonna fail if you don't build all these steps. And this is exactly what we do a lot of times while we set goals, while we build habits, while we plan projects. We build only the goal, only the destination. We only visualize the destination, but we don't plan the journey. And if you don't plan the journey, you're gonna fail and you're gonna fall. Just to help you build those steps in between the bottommost rung and the topmost rung. This is the four tier framework I want to share today, which I have used for goal setting over the last 2 years. I learned this framework in 2020 January, and I use this for goal setting. But I see this is really relevant and useful for building habits as well. And this is why I bring this four tier framework for building habits, hoping that it would be helpful to all of you. First up is the first thing you all need to understand while building a habit is you need to focus on growth, not on the goal. Let's take an analogy of uh, you know you are an maybe you are a influencer. You see a lot of influencers today on Instagram. If your goal is to reach maybe some 3 lakh subscribers by the end of 2021, sorry, 2022, it's not gonna happen by thinking that you need to get more subscribers. By by just focusing on getting more subscribers, you're not going to get there. Even if by inorganic means, if you reach there, you are not gonna stay there. But what will actually help you is growing. You need to grow your content. You need to grow your strategies. You need to grow your content delivery as well. All these factors which are in your control are going to help you reach there. So always focus on the growth, not on the goal. If your goal is to, you know, lose weight, you want to get to something, let's say if you are 85 right now, you want to get to 75 in 2 months, then you need to plan the growth. But just by thinking that I need to get to 75, I need to get to 75, it's not gonna work. You need to plan the journey. You need to plan the journey. You need to plan what's need to change, what needs to grow in your own lifestyle. In this example, it would be working out more often, eating calorie deficit, eating healthy. These are the things you need to grow. These are the things you need to change. So for any habit you might be picking up, don't focus just on the goal, but focus on the growth. Focus on what's in your control. Focus on what you can change. Don't focus on what is outside your control. In the same way, let's understand with one of your examples. I want to know anyone who is picked up a habit today to, to analyze. Just as we did today, I want you all to pick up one good habit that you want to build, one good habit that you want to install. And I want one of you to share your habit. Anyone? Any of your life credits would do. Yes, Anchalia says, want to meditate daily. Great. This would be a good example to begin with. Great. So, Yash wants to meditate more often, or Yash wants to meditate daily. It is his goal. So, he should not just think of achieving, let's say, his goal is to meditate 30 minutes a day. It should not just end there. He should focus on growth. What are the things he need to change to reach 30 minutes? More often than not, what happens with meditation is that if you are not changing the way you meditate, if you are not improving the way you meditate, you end up failing. You end up feeling, you end up not getting the much needed impetus from meditation. You become blind to the benefits of meditation. So it's important that you also plan your growth. And it's also important that you begin with small steps. Begin small, start small, aim big. If your aim in meditation is to reach 30 minutes a day, start small as it can be for you. It may be 5 minutes, it may be 10 minutes. Start small, focus on the growth, focus on making your mind convinced that meditation is really helping you, and you need to, give do more of it, give more time to meditation. This is how you can plan your growth over your goal. This is the first step for goal setting and for building habits. Next is something really interesting. This is something which will need some reflection and introspection. More often than not, what happens while building habits is, let's say you want to build a habit of, let's take the same thing. You want to build a habit of meditation. Let's say you have decided that so and so time in the morning, 8:30 in the morning, you want to meditate every day for 10 minutes. You need to figure out, you need to find out all the criterias, all the criterias or all the opportunities for which you would say yes, no, and maybe. There are certain scenarios when you would say yes, yes to that opportunity over meditation. And there are some opportunities which would come up, but you need to say no. And there may be some opportunities where you need to say maybe. You are not sure. I want you to figure out all those opportunities, all those threats, all those criteria for which you would say yes, no, maybe. It is possible that you may have an assignment that is due at 9 a.m. then, and you are not done with the assignment. That is when you may have to say yes to that opportunity or that criteria. But if your assignment is due at 2 a.m., 2 p.m., it should not bother you, right? That way, I want you to clearly and uh, in a great detail, I want you to figure out all the criteria which would get a yes from you, which would get a no from you. What happens with your mind is that when you don't have all these criteria clear, when you don't have all this figured out, it gets confused, it gets bewildered, and in the eventually it actually bewilders you. It makes you a fool out of you. If you are not clear of which criteria you are going to say yes, your mind will make you say yes for anything. Let's say you are on a diet, you want to lose weight and you are on a diet. You need to figure out, and you have picked up the habit of cutting sugar, right? You need to be clear when and where, what are the only possible scenarios when you would say yes, and what are all the scenarios you need to say no. You need to be clear about this. Start off with all the possibilities you can think of, but I'm sure life is gonna surprise you. So have a list of all the criterias, all the opportunities and threats for the habit you are building. And as life surprises you, you may need to add to that list. You may need to update that list. I want you all to not get confused. I want you all to have a fulfilling, purposeful time while building your habits. And I don't want you to get bewildered or confused. So, this is something you all need to do. Find out all the criteria, all the opportunities and threats for which you would say yes, no, and maybe. This brings me to the core of this framework, which helps you build all the steps to reach the top rung. And this A is action plan. I hope all of you are here with a pen and paper. I want you all to write down all these 6 WH words. I hope all of you know these WH words: what, when, where, how, with whom, and why. I want you all to write this down on a paper right now. Once you are ready, type WH. Great. This core step, this core tier of the framework is gonna be transformational. This gonna change the way you build habits. This helped me so much. I'll share a personal story probably before we dive in. It was 2018, if I remember right, that I wanted to begin this habit of reading Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a book that I dearly admire and I dearly, you know, uh, whatever words it may take, I dearly respect this book. For a long time, I just could read sections of it, a few portions of it. But it has been a long time dream for me to read it cover to cover, page to page. But it took me 2 years to figure out that, you know, it took me 2 years to just complete 1/10 of it. It took me 2 years to cover 1/10 of it. So what I began with is, so for those of you who may know, Bhagavad Gita has 700 verses, and the book I want to read is of some 1050 pages. Now I began with thinking that I need to read 2 verses a day with a goal to end it in 1 year. Right. This was the initial goal. It's good, 2 verses a day, every day, 1 year. I had the time frame fixed. I had the daily goal also fixed. I broke it down further. I broke the larger goal into a small chunk of 2 days, 2 verses per day. But until 2020, I couldn't find the pace. Until 2021, I couldn't get the pace to actually finish this book. And that is when I came across this tier of action plan. And this has actually transformed the way I took up that habit. And I'm gonna tell you how I changed reading it. Okay, what used to happen is I just thought of 2 verses per day, but it often used to happen that, in the morning I didn't have the time. In the afternoon, I would think, let us get back to room. In the night before sleeping, I would read. But just when I'm about to go to bed, I think, I'm already tired and this is not the right time to read Gita. This is how I used to, get into a cycle of postponement and procrastination. And that goal, that dream waited 3 years to get fulfilled. And now I'm going to tell you how you can skip this 2 years of procrastination. I mean, two or whatever it may be for you. I want you all to get out of this cycle if you are dreaming of any such goal. Right. I hope all of you are ready with the 6 WH words, and let's begin off with the first one. What? For what, you need to be precise and clear that what you want to do. If you want to work out, if workout is your habit, you need to be clear. I want to work out 4 times a week. I want to work out so and so. Like, I want to do a yoga workout. I want to go cycling. I want to go to the gym. What is it? You need to be very clear as much as you can in this question of what. Whichever habit you might have taken up, think of what you are going to do, whether it is daily, whether it is, that would be the next point where we come to when. The second question is when are you going to do it? Is it a daily thing? If it is a weekly thing, just have a estimated plan. It can be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Or is it something different? Have a estimated plan for days. It may change, but you need to have a plan of when you want to do. Be particular in time, be particular in the days. If it is a daily thing, it's well and good. But if it's something like 3 times a week, 2 times a week, be clear on when you want to do, on which days you want to do. And the third question is where. I'm not sure if I have shared this. Yeah, I shared it yesterday that places act as a trigger for your bad habits. In the same way, location, location has energy. So you need to find out where you're gonna do this. Have a specific place where you're gonna do this. If it's a gym, it's well and good. Gym is a place to work out. But if it's not so, even in a small, small 2 BHK home, you will find out places to do everything. You don't want to sleep in the same place where you work out. That would, create a counter energy to sleep, and it won't really help you. So be clear where you want to do this habit. If it's reading, find out a place where you can sit down and read. If it's workout, find out a place where you can work out. Be specific, be clear where you're gonna do it. And then comes how. How are you gonna do it? Like, again, if it's something like workout, do you have an app for workout, or are you gonna get a gym instructor? Are you join the gym? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna achieve this habit? That will answer your how. And whom is again something really important. Whom is with whom? With whom are you gonna do this? It may be a mentor, it may be an instructor, and it may be a peer, it may be your friend. This is something really amazing which I found last year, which I really understood last year, that when you have someone doing it with you, you know, 1 plus 1 doesn't remain 2, it remains 11. If you have association, if you have the association of like-minded people, it's gonna be phenomenal. If you can find a peer group in which you are developing a certain habit, you are developing the same habit in the group, that will actually help. So you need to be clear with whom are you gonna do this. Are you gonna do it alone? It's well and good. If not, are you gonna do this with an instructor? Are you gonna do this with a mentor? Or are you gonna do this with a friend? Be clear with whom are you gonna do this. And it may be possible that on different days you are gonna do it with different people, right? On Monday you may be doing with some so and so person. On Saturday and Sunday you may have some other company as well. So be clear and specific in all these 5 questions: what, when, where, how, and whom. And here comes the most important and most significant point of this action plan, which is why. You need to be clear, you need to be super confident on why are you going to do this, why you need to do this. If it's working out, why you need to do this. And as much as possible, try to dive deep into the whys. If you get an answer, let's say your answer is, uh, I want to look, I want to look attractive. That is why I want to lose weight. Then you need to go further and ask, why do you want to look attractive? You might get some other answer, and go ahead until some 5 or 6 whys. This is called the why ladder. You need to ask yourself why, and why. And in the end, you will find something that is a deep core intention of yourself, a deep intention of yourself, which is driving your desire to do this, do the, build this habit. So you need to reach to that why, which is your deepest intention, and try to find whys which are tangible, which are actually real. I mean, don't look yourself in others, others' perceptions, but look yourself in your own mirror. Like, how do you want to see yourself? That needs to be the driving force rather than something external. So find out your internal whys. Why do you want to do this? This is the core action plan. Right now, I'm not giving you the time to figure out all the whys, but I want you all to sit down after the session whenever you find time and figure out the whys for at least one habit which you want to build in 2022. This will bring me to the last tier of this framework, which is learn, launch, love. This works superbly with goals. I did this with goals, but with habits, you can still implement this in a certain way. What I do is, as I already told you, it is always good to focus on an empire for a certain period of time. For 2 months, pick up one empire. For next 2 months, go to some other empire. In the same way, a lot of people I know, a few mentors of mine, they label years, like they focus certain years on something. If I take the example of Jay Shetty, who is the inspiration and the original creator of this workshop, he focuses 1 year for each of his projects. 1 year he focuses on podcasts. It's his year for podcast. The other year he focuses on his book. It's the year of his book, and then he focuses on a new business venture. So he builds one thing each year. So that is his launch year, and it may be the same with a lot of people. It need not be something you are going to show the world, but it can be something like building your family, getting married, finding love of your life, whatever it may be. Find out certain time spans for each of the big things in your life that will work with years. But when it comes to habits, you can find out a span of 3 weeks. 21 days is the ideal time for installing a habit. So that is why I asked you all to figure out 3 life credits and 3 life debits. And for each empire, we are giving 2 weeks, which is about 8 to 9 weeks. I mean, 2 months, which is about 8 to 9 weeks. With that, you will get 3 weeks for each of the life credit and life debit you want to do. So this way, I want you all to plan out what it's gonna be in your future. Like, what are you gonna do 3 weeks from now? If you want to install a certain habit 3 weeks from now, you may want to learn something regarding that. It may be something like you want to you want to build this habit of doing something creative every day. So you may want to learn something, you may want to procure something. So this is something you can surely follow with your goals, but you can also bring this to your habits. Learn, launch, and love. Learn for a certain period. It may be 1 year, it may be 2 weeks, it may be 1 month. Learn something, and the next time period you're gonna launch it. And once it's launched, you need to love it. You should not do away with it. You should not leave it. You should love it. So this is how you gonna achieve your habit goals. First, you need to learn if something is needed. For that, it doesn't take a lot of effort. It may take a bit of effort for habits, and then you need to launch. This will take all of your efforts. And while you launch your next habit, keep loving your past habits. And this is how you're gonna build habit over habit and achieve your life edit. This completes the 4 tier framework for building habits. At this point of time, if anyone has any questions, queries, you can either unmute yourself or type in the chat box. Before I take up a frequently asked question, what to do when habits fail? Anyone? Any questions? Cool. Glad to see that you understood the goal framework. What to do when habits fail? We have seen in our own lives that a lot of times we fail at building habits, we fail at a lot of things. So, first thing you need to understand is that we need to accept that failures are going to happen. We should not live in the, we should not live in the imagination that failures are not going to happen. Failures are going to happen. You need to be ready to take them up. You need to accept those failures. You may relapse, you may fall off the streaks you may be building, you may fall off the habits that you are building. You need to accept failures. The first thing you need to do is move from judgment to compassion. Even for a, even for others, we don't want to judge them. So don't do this to yourself. Don't judge yourself. Don't think that you are not going to do it. Move from judgment to compassion. Have compassion on yourself. If there is a failure, be compassionate with yourself. Sit down and figure out the reasons for the failure, why the failure has actually happened. There must be some reasons. You need to just figure out something that will help you in getting back, bouncing back from the failures is the memories you create of yourself. When you go for your first workout, when you go for your second workout, you know, whenever you feel like living your best life, just pick up your phone, open the recorder, and create a voice note. Even better would be create a WhatsApp group with yourself and just drop a voice note sh- sharing how you feel after doing something. Create memories of all the positive experiences you get while building this habit. This will actually help you for bouncing back from the failures. Another safe net that I want all of you to build around your habits is this net of C, C, and C. C is coaching. The first C stands for coaching. Coaching gives direction. You need to have a mentor. You need to have someone who did it, been there, did that, who can see through your struggles, who can guide you through your struggles. You need to have coaching, which comes from above. It gives you directions, and you need to have a community which is around you. People who would, community actually makes it worth doing. It will make it fun building any habit. We have seen this in student counseling services of IIT BHU. They have communities for reading, they have communities for building, making your speaking skills better. We call it speak up. So in these communities, we have seen that people come up and find it really great while they build their own skills, while they build their own habits. So community is something which actually makes it worth doing, and it will also help you as a net. It will give you inspiration. It will also give you appreciation. Inspiration when you are behind, appreciation when you are ahead. When you have something coming from above and something around you, what else you need is commitment. Commitment to the goal. This is something inside you. This you can't get from outside. Commitment gives consistency. So these are the three C's which create a safe net for you from falling off from your habits, and it actually helps you as a trampoline. Even if you fall down, you are going to bounce back. So coaching, commitment, and community, these three C's will help you bounce back from failures. If you understand this, type in BBH. No, right, it would be building good habits, BGH. If you are clear till now, if you appreciate what you have learned till now, just type in BGH as we get into the final leg of our workshop, which is the magic of routines, which I hope you all are gonna love. Great, great to see that it's all clear for you. Great. Okay. Can someone tell me what they understand by routines? Anyone? I just want to listen from someone of you. Come on. You all must have heard this word routine. I'm not going to speak unless one of you answer this. Who's up? It would be even good if you can, just Google out the definition of routine and share it here. That works as well.
Default actions.
Okay. Okay. Did I make the spelling wrong? Okay, okay. Just give me a moment. I think I got the spelling wrong. No, it's all good. What does routine mean? If you're not gonna Google it out, I'm gonna Google it out. Anyone? Okay. I don't think. Yeah, yeah. Right. The topmost definition you'll see when you Google it out is the usual order and way in which you regularly do things. Right. So the words you need to understand is order and regularity. That is what makes a routine. A great way to build habits is to put them into routines. More often than not, we have some core habit that would be there in our life. It can be something like brushing your teeth. I hope all of you do that. Or waking up. All of you wake up. All of you go to sleep. But sleep and waking up may be a little uncertain for many of us if you are not having a fixed time of sleep and fixed time of sleeping and waking up. In that case, we can't call it a core habit, but if there is something you do every day and more or less at the same time, then you can say it's a core habit. And anchoring on that core habit, if you build other habits, it's gonna be easier for you to build them. Your mind is wired in a way that it enjoys flow. It enjoys doing things in a usual order without much of an uncertainty. Does someone want to add anything here?
To what extent?
Sahil? Okay, right. So find flow, find a core habit that anchors other habits. So I want to share two routines that gonna be magical in your life. Can someone expect what M stands for and N stands for? It's easy. I just want you to think. What do M and N stands
Morning,
for?
morning and night.
Morning
Yeah,
and night.
morning. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for putting that thought. Yeah, M stands for morning routine. And does anyone know this guy? I know. Anyone else?
Sky Blue Ranger from SPD.
Exactly. Exactly. So what's his superpower? Before he morphs into a ranger, what's his superpower? बताओ भाई, एसपीडी तो देखेंगे सब. Just like the Red Ranger can get into walls, the Yellow Ranger can duplicate or triplicate. What's the superpower of the Blue Ranger? भूल गए क्या सब? Have all of you
Um,
forgot what it was?
disappearing.
No. Yes, something of that kind. He actually, he can actually create a shield. He can actually create a shield with his hand, and they go forward without getting hurt. Okay, I thought someone of you would remember this. I'm sorry for the reference I have picked up. Anyway, shield is the superpower that your morning routine is gonna give you. Your morning routine is gonna shield you from all the negativity, all the news, all the toxicity of the day. If you get your morning right, it's gonna supercharge you with energy and enthusiasm. Something everyone tell me when I ask them to create a morning habit is that they don't have time. But time is exactly what I want you to build in your morning routine. Time stands for T stands for thankfulness, gratitude. Gratitude is the fountainhead of all the great virtues, gratitude and humility. With gratitude, you will get humility, and being humble gives you gratitude. So these two go hand in hand, but gratitude and humility together give rise to all good qualities in your character or in your personality. Gratitude makes you happier. That's the biggest benefit I can tell you. Gratitude actually makes you happier. And there is a research which says while you are having a grateful thought, you can't have an anxious thought. You know, so it's always good to reflect on the things you are grateful for. So in the morning, you can sit down, either reflect, or further, I would recommend you that you can have a gratitude journal and write down three things you are grateful for from the previous day. That will actually help you become happier. And there is this book named 10% Happier. It's around this concept of expressing gratitude and getting happier. So, gratitude is the first thing, thankfulness. The I stands for insight. Where do you get insights from? Where can you get insights from? It may be by reading books, it may be by listening to podcasts, ebooks, or audiobooks. Yeah, audiobooks. What else? Where else can you get insights from? I think these are the two ways you can get insights from. The first one is reading books or, you know, insightful articles, and listening to podcasts or audiobooks. Make time. Let it be 5 minutes, let it be 10 minutes, whatever you can. It may be even 2 to 3 minutes, also works. Find time to get insights. This will make you appreciate yourself on a long run. I can't, only you can understand the benefits of giving a time to get insights, giving time to reading books, giving time to listening to podcasts. This will actually help you tremendously on the long run. So give time for insights, read, listen to podcasts, and often journaling also helps you get insights from your own life. And M stands for meditation. Meditation is often considered to be something static, it's often considered something boring, but meditation need not be boring. Meditation need not be static. There are many, many types of meditations which you can explore as we do every day. In each of the sessions, we tried meditation. It is a guided meditation. You can find out a lot of amazing guided meditations which will help you build intentions, get affirmations, M stands for meditation. You can explore various kinds of meditations. And if you want any help in this regard, you are free to contact me after the workshop. So M stands for meditation. Take out time. It can be 5 minutes, it can be 10 minutes. Short meditations really don't have the same impact as the long meditations, but it's always good to start small. So take out whatever time you can. It may be 20 minutes, it may be 10 minutes, 5 minutes. 5 minutes is something you may need for meditation. You can start off anywhere and build this habit of meditation. Now, someone of you guess what E stands for? T stands for thankfulness, I stands for insight, M stands for mind, meditation or mindfulness. What does E stand for? This is an easy guess. Anyone? Energy, empathy. Good guesses. But the E I am looking for is more common. Many people would like to do it in the morning. No? What kind of experience, Dinesh? Engage. No, in early in the morning, you should not engage with people. You should have time for yourself. Exactly, it's exercise. Exercise in the morning. Get yourself moving. And the great benefit of exercising in the morning over exercising in the evening is that in your morning, your digestive system is free. It doesn't have any calories to burn. So by exercising, you can actually burn the cholesterol that is lying down idle in your body. Whereas if you work out in the evening, a lot of your efforts go in just breaking the calories that are just, that have just been produced in your body. Whereas if you do it in the morning, it is much more helpful. It breaks a lot of more calories than if you do the same kind of exercise in the evening. So exercising in the morning is super good. And you sleep all night. You sleep all night, but and if you don't exercise, you're gonna sleep all day as well, or at least be sleepy all day as well. So exercising in the morning is something really exceptional. Exercising doesn't need you to go to a gym or get out of your home. You can exercise in your own place at your own comfort. You can try out yoga, you can try out Zumba, you can try, there are certain exercising routines, 7 minute exercise and stuff. You can try all this, whichever think, whichever you think suits your body. I think yoga can suit anyone. So yoga is something you can try. While mentioning yoga, it is Ashtanga yoga, the asana and pranayama part, not everything else. So you can try some asanas, you can try some Surya Namaskara. So get your body moving, get your metabolic rates high, and that will actually help you getting fit, getting not just physically but also mentally. And there are a lot of benefits for meditation, a lot of benefits for exercise. I'm not going to share all of them here, but one thing I want to mention is exercise releases endorphins, which will actually make you happier. Meditation releases serotonin, which will actually make you happier. This will also make you not hanker for dopamine. As we discussed, dopamine is that happiness hormone which makes you hanker, which makes you addicted to something. So if you are doing exercise, if you are doing meditation, if you are doing gratitude journaling, these are going to help you decrease your dopamine craving. So E stands for exercise. So you need to build time, but if you are also interested in some other habits, I have some more for you, which will turn out to be morning. Make your bed, open with meditation, read for 5 minutes, take a nature walk, set your intentions for the day, nourish your body. Nourish your body with good breakfast, healthy breakfast. And even before that, what I have been doing for an year and a half is that I drink some 600 ml of water every day just after I wake up. And this has helped me greatly. This has helped me becoming more energetic, and it also helped my digestive system greatly. I learned from one of my teachers that the morning saliva you may have, like the morning saliva you have after a night's sleep, actually has all the medicinal properties for your own body. Whatever ailments you may have in your body have respective medicinal. He says that there are medicinal properties to that saliva, and it's only for you. It is customized, personalized for your own body. So you may be skeptical for the first time listening this. So if you are not happy with the order of your saliva, what you can actually do is you can brush your teeth before going to sleep. Then it will be all good. You can drink water first thing in the morning, and it will actually help your digestive system greatly. So nourish your body. It may be drinking water, drinking a lot of water in the morning, and it will be getting healthy breakfast. And then G is gratitude journaling. Gratitude journaling will help you with thankfulness, and it can also help you with insights. So these are the morning habits you can build. There are others which you can build as well, but these are a few recommendations I can put here. This will bring me to a question. Can someone ask that question? Did it strike any one of you? आपने तो बहुत सारे अच्छे अच्छे हैबिट्स बताए हैं सुबह करने के लिए, बट सुबह उठे तो सही पहले. Did anyone get a question like this? Great. Yeah, one thing I can tell you is I myself have been a late, I have been waking up late for a long, long time, maybe for 5, 6 years, 6 years, 60 or maybe. So what I used to live in the illusion that unless I wake up early, I'm not gonna do anything in the morning. Like I can't build any of the habits in the morning. This illusion only broke when I realized that I can start small. I need not build all the habits at once. I can build one habit over other. You can start with the small habit of making your bed. Making your bed hardly takes 2 minutes, maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes. So even if you're late for the class, and right now it's online, so it's even easier. But even if you're late for your class, even if you're late into your day, just take 2 minutes to build this habit of making your bed. One habit, one core habit can help you tremendously in building all other habits. And once this becomes a habit to you, once you are habitually making your bed, then you can add up something else. And it will also get easier for you to bring your wake up time just 10 minutes before class, 15 minutes before class. And there will surely come one day when you have comfortable time. You may have surplus of time before you get into your day's chores. Ideally, there are a lot of books which say 5 a.m., 6 a.m. club, 5 a.m. club, 4:30 a.m. club. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good to wake up 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m. But I understand, and you also need to understand that it's fine even if you are waking up sometime later. It's fine for right now. You need to accept that, but you need to focus on growth. You need to take those small steps to reach 5 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever maybe your ideal in your mind. That should not be the direct goal. You need to build the ladder to reach 5 a.m. So build those habits And even for exercising, as I told you, going to gym, getting back, doing workout may take 1 hour. But if you start doing it at your home, there is something called 7 minute exercise, 7 minute routine. It is really good, but you just need to add a bit of warm up before that so that it doesn't break you. So 10 minutes, 10 minutes of workout is possible. 20 minutes of yoga workout is possible with warm up, asana, and pranayama. All these can be done in 20 minutes. So you can start small and you can build upon it. Start small, but with huge, start small with big aim big. Start small and aim big. And at the same time, these steps can be small, but the priority must be big. Small priorities, small steps, and big priorities. These are the things you need to remember while building habits. Right. But something that really helps you in your morning routine is the night routine. Night routine actually sets the pace for your morning routine. If you can get your night routine right, it's gonna be magical in getting your morning routine right as well. So in night routine, what you can do is these are 5 things you can try out. Pick one of them, need not pick all of them at once, but in your night routine, you can have no phone time. Fix a time. Let's come from the last thing, which is time to sleep. First thing is you need to have a fixed time to sleep. You need to fix 11 a.m. I mean 11 p.m., 12 a.m., 1 a.m., whatever is possible for you. Even if you are sleeping 4 a.m. right now, let it be. Fix 3 a.m. for your sleep. If possible, you can keep it somewhere near 1 a.m. But if not, whatever is possible for you, fix a time to sleep, and that is gonna be your sleep time. Right. Now, according to the time you have set to sleep, you need to have a window of time where there are no screens in front of you. I mentioned no phone time, but it needs to be no screen time. But instead of no screen time, what people do with N is they do Netflix. So Netflix is a dangerous habit to have at night. It's gonna, you know, when you watch drama, when you watch horror and whatnot, if you the emotion you sleep with at night is gonna carry on for the next day. So it would be good to have no screen time. Let it be 20 minutes, let it be 30 minutes, whatever you can do. It can even be 10 minutes as well. Start small, but start with some no phone time. In that no phone time, you can read books, you can talk to people if you have people around you. It may be your partners, it may be your siblings, it may be your parents. In that no phone time, you can interact with people, you can read books, you can maybe listen to music as well, you can write down, you can write your thoughts from the day, you can journal. So these are the things you can do in the no phone time. And I stands for intention. Set your intentions for the next day, the day that is gonna come up. And G stands for gratitude. Just the way I told you, you can do gratitude journaling in the morning, you can do it again at the night. Think of what you are grateful for this day, what went right, what helped you, who all people have helped you. And H is something which can help you really become better versions of yourself, which is heal. We have a lot of things that we need to heal. It may be hatred, it may be guilt, it may be regrets, it may be certain downsides of our own self. We need to heal ourselves out of those habits or out of those cycles. We need to heal ourselves out of it. And there and what you need to heal will actually decide what what are the ways to heal that, right? If you want to heal certain things. If you want to heal you out of, just give me a moment. If you want to heal yourself of hatred, you may would you may sit down and write down three good qualities of the person you're hating, right? If you are hating maybe yourself, you need to figure out three good qualities of your own self, three things you have achieved. So there are a lot of aspects, there are a lot of corners in our own minds that need healing. So take out that time of solitude, and you may write it down, you may reflect on it, and you can find time to heal. So that brings me to the end of routines. Night routine stands for no phone time, intentions, setting intentions, finding gratitude, finding time to heal, and setting a time to sleep. I hope these recommendations for morning and night routines were helpful. Any ending remarks before we end? Rakesh, would you want to share something? All right. All right. So this actually brings us to the end of what you have signed up for. You have signed up for 3 days, 3 sessions, life edit, 5 keys to design your best life, the power of habits and breaking bad habits, building good habits, and the magic of routines. This is all done. But for all those who have stayed till now, we have a bonus. We have a bonus, which is a bonus session tomorrow, where we'll share two habits that hold us back from achieving our potential, followed by a 30-minute Q&A, also followed by another bonus which we want to give you all. So if you have any questions, keep them for tomorrow. We have a exclusive Q&A session tomorrow, and I hope all of you would join. It would be a shorter session. It's not going to be this long. We are going to share. We all going to share two habits that hold us back from achieving our potentials, and followed by a 30-minute Q&A session. Great. If there are any remarks right now, any clarifications from all the things that you have learned today, I'm here for 2 more minutes. Anyone wants to share anything? All right. While you think of any questions, I would like to give a complete circle of life edit. So in life edit, we have begun with life audit, which is about understanding yourself, analyzing your current state. So followed by life edit, where you forecast your own growth. And further, based on your life edit, I have asked all of you to do two exercises. One is life debit and the other is life credit. So life debit is all about things which you want to deduct from your life, which is more or less breaking bad habits, and life credit, which is more or less building good habits, building new desirable habits, followed by life accredit. This brought us to the end of first session. Something I want to add here is, as we discussed today, your plans may fail, your habit goals may fail. I mean, you may fail in achieving your habit goals. That is where you will need a buffer. As you planned an empire for each, 2 months each, you may also want to give a 1 month buffer in between somewhere. If you have 5 empires, it's well and good. If you have 4 empires, it's well and good. You may put in a buffer period in between. You may also call it a rejuvenation. If you are tired of focusing on one empire for every 2 months, it may be possible that you may get exhausted of focusing. So yeah, you may relax. You may take a buffer time. that may help, but make sure that you bounce back and get back to focusing on all of your empires because balance is a key for growth. And further, as we discussed the power of habits, I hope all of you carry that habit power is much more powerful than willpower. So, habit power is going to help you change over willpower. And today we have understood the magic of routines, how routines will help you make it easier for you to build new habits. If it's all clear, if there are no questions, I'll call it a day and hope to meet you all tomorrow. And if anyone is not gonna join tomorrow, I'll just leave something that will help you reach out to me. So I have put a link in the chat box. You can use this link to find out platforms where you can reach out to me. If that's all, thank you all for joining. Have a great day. Thank you for staying on for the 3 days of this 2022 life reset. I wish you all have a purposeful, meaningful, and fulfilling 2022 where you achieve all your goals and become the better you. Thank you all. Hope to see you tomorrow for the bonus session. Goodbye and good night.